Hello and welcome to CosmoMuse Tarot. Today we are going to do a little bit of a pick your own adventure. So you're going to see the full reading from beginning to end, including piles that you haven't picked, but these are all going to be little snapshots. So they'll be very quick, and I thought this would be fun to do because a lot of times when I watch other readings that really connect with me, I'll text a friend and like, you really need, or I'll send it to them like, you need to do this, mine was so great. And then they're like, yeah, mine was great too. And we'll compare notes like a little bit, but we usually have different readings and you just get like a little snapshot of maybe what theirs was. And this way, so I thought this could be one that's really fun to compare notes with friends, or even, if you don't feel called to, tell a friend about it. I do, not to like compare yourself to other people or other piles. I do find that, like when I'm doing a reading and say I have 4 piles, there's a lot more nuance that I understand in reading a pile having done all of them, because I can kind of see where different energies are. And so I don't want it to be like, I'm going to keep all of it like very positive. So it's not this thing to like compare of like, did I get the best? But to compare of like, oh, okay, well, currently in the universal energies, some people are on this kind of thread and I'm on this kind of thread, and that just makes it kind of cool. Like, oh yeah, I see that. Like, and I feel for me, that makes me feel more passionate about the thread that I'm on, because I can kind of see the nuance of other threads going on and like, well, yeah, I do want to be on this thread. And so I'm really gonna, pay special attention to that. I hope that makes sense. So we're going to have 4 different categories and 3 choices for each. And so this is you calling on your higher self to pick 1 card out of the 3 in each of the 4 categories for sort of this pick your own adventure through your higher self of little messages to be had. And we're going to do this first grouping of 3 is going to be around where you're, like what you might need to know about your energy level and motivation. This grouping of 3, we're going to talk about career and finances. This group of 3 down here is going to be about love. And then this group of 3 here is going to be sort of about what kind of spiritual growth or like just general growth are we coming into right now? Okay, so let's start with this grouping of 3 up here, which is all about your personal sort of energy and motivation, something that your higher self wants to convey to you. And I think just to make the picking a little bit more interesting, I'm going to grab 3 different stones, and I'll just intuitively place them each time we move to a different pile to help also. I find it helpful for me. I have an easier time picking with stones rather than cards for some reason. So we've got just this kind of Rocky Mountain stone here for pile 1. Pile 2 is a clear crystal quartz, and pile 3 is some snakeskin agate. So fill into each of those 3 piles and ask which one has the right. Ask your higher self to choose which one is calling to it with a message about your current sort of energy level, drive, motivation. And you can pause it here if you need more time. We're going to start with this first card. this is you guys, you picked the Hermit. Okay, so currently where you're going to really feel your energy as most aligned and feel right with the kind of drive within you is by kind of giving yourself some space, going within and really kind of working, like honing some sort of instinct that you're working on. Like maybe there's some craft or some skill that, or some just thread of interest in your life that you're really intrigued by right now. And this is saying you're going to find the drive and energy to really dig into that by kind of shutting out the world a little bit, shutting out the textbooks or the guides or the instructions or other people's advice. And it could be just around life in general, just like shutting down, you know, any outside influence around your energy, because there's something you're needing to find that's really individualistic in your life right now around your energy. So let's get a little more context. Yeah, Virgo, you know, the Hermit is a Virgo card. So this may have to do also with the third house coming up with something you're learning, or some kind of information that you've come into that's intriguing you, or it could have to do with community, whatever resonates to you. There's something here where you're needing to shut out how other people are thinking or how other people are doing, and really create some personal space to find how you connect in your own particular unique way. And by doing that, I think you're going to find a lot more optimism currently than you may be feeling. Okay, let's pick an animal card. And the Otter. Yeah, I think that this will bring you a lot of joy to just kind of, you know, to get into where your energy needs to be right now is like really just making some personal space, making some time for you, making some time to connect to your particular authenticity. And something about that is really going to give you like a much more playful energy, an optimistic energy, a sweet energy. Okay, let's jump to pile 2 here with the crystal quartz. For you guys, you've got the High Priestess. So in a slightly different way, this is again talking about kind of going within, creating some spaciousness for self. But this time there's like something your intuition is trying to connect with you on. There's something around your energy level, your drive that is needing you to focus inward, to your inner landscape, doing some inner exploration and really learning how to trust what your intuition is telling you. Let's see what the dice want to add. Ooh, whoa, you guys, that's so rare. We've got the 8th house with Pluto and Scorpio, and all 3 of those have deep correlations. So Pluto rules Scorpio, and the 8th house is Scorpio's natural house. So yeah, there's a really, trust is like to really honor where your energy is right now and to make the most of what your drive is trying to get you to focus on. It's like going under the surface, following mysterious threads, especially around where you feel you need some empowerment or where there's some power dynamics going on, and really being brave about I don't know, just embracing your power and understanding how that you are powerful. There's something you're intuitively coming into here about power, but you're needing to, yeah, like do some inner work with this, and it's something that's going to really connect you with where your energy is supposed to be and plug you into something about how you're finding drive and motivation in life right now. The Swan. Yeah, I think that some inner work, some real development of trust in your intuition is like something here is mirroring to you a much bigger presence and a much more elegant, artistic, elegant presence than I think you've been aware of in yourself. It's like your energy, yeah, it's like take your energy inward, claim the power that's rising within you, and let the world reflect that back to you, that it is, you know, your intuition is correct about, yeah, some power rising in you is what I'm feeling like. Interesting. Okay, pile 3, let's check on your drive and energy. You've got 4 of Cups. Wow, I mean, universally, I have to say there's a lot calling to like creating some personal space right now. Don't know what that's about. That's interesting though. Yeah, this is all about coming into sort of meditation, finding your right alignment, and really preparing. Like, I feel like you can probably sense the energy around you that you're about to be pushed more kind of boldly out into the outer world to be kind of active and assertive. And it's like you just need this last little moment to kind of gather yourself, to strengthen anything that's feeling a little insecure, to kind of go into some meditative states and really get clear about your alignment. There's something about that you may be feeling driven to do, or that's really helping you to connect to your energy in a positive way. Yeah, we've got Cancer, first house, and Uranus. Something's changing around you or in you. Like either you're on a new path, or some core aspect of like your personality is kind of going through a big change, and I think it's brought in a little bit of insecurity, but also a deeper connection to you, your soul level self. And I think you're just needing to give yourself some time with that, to adjust, to feel it out, to deepen into it, to, yeah, just come into alignment with whatever's shifting within you, and that will help you to, yeah, stay aligned with your energy, and it will give you a little extra drive and motivation in your energy level. Lizard, yeah, dream time. There's something in the dream realm that you can connect to. There's something that through, you know, dreaming, putting together like manifestation boards, envisioning this new thing that's kind of shaking your life up, envisioning what you want from that, where it could go. There's a lot that's kind of congealing in that dreamland through giving yourself space and time to be in dreamland, in picturing what you want. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, let's jump over here to career and finance, and I'm just going to kind of shake up these stones and put them on the cards as they come out to help with any pile picking. So glance over these 3 piles and ask your higher self to connect you to the pile that has the right message for you that you need right now about career and finance. We've got pile 1 with snakeskin agate. Pile 2 with this Rocky Mountain, I don't know, I'll just call it an agate. And then pile 3 with a clear crystal point. All right, if you need more time with these, you can pause. Otherwise, I'll jump into pile 1. Okay. 2 of Wands. So a new thing is coming into balance, maybe around what you have your aspirations set on, or in the way you're connecting to finances. There's there's something new, and I think you're just trying to find the right orientation with it right now. Finding your your balance, your direction with it, getting your bearings with it. Let's see what the dice have to say. Pluto in Taurus in the 5th house. Yeah, so your creativity, I think, has gone through some transformation in a way that's like making you feel a little bit more empowered in your voice and empowered to feel more pleasure or ask for more value in what you do, in how you're bringing income in. And yeah, feeling that kind of lion's roar with it, like feeling strong in this. But with the 2 of Wands, it is new, and like give yourself just a minute to get your bearings there. But this is sort of what's rising, is like a much more sure sense of asking for what you need, or expressing your power into the world in terms of, career and finance. And Taurus has to do with value, and Scorpio or Pluto can do with wealth too. So I think something like you're on like whatever's transforming is putting you on it like a much more luscious type of path, is what I'm feeling called to say. Raccoon. Yeah, there's a lot of expressiveness here and artistic quality maybe congealing, coming together. That's really beautiful. If you feel the need to sort of use a mask in some way, sometimes that can help us to express what we really want to express initially. But I think because of the dice that's come up, like maybe that's where you're coming from, is like you've previously kind of worn a mask in how you've expressed yourself because you haven't felt you've had the right power dynamic to just be yourself there. But I think this is reorienting, and like it's time to take the mask off, and so you're getting your bearings with that, but you're feeling new empowerment and confidence and value in doing so. Yeah, cool. Okay, pile 2, let's look at your finances and career. The Hierophant, beautiful. So this definitely indicates that like you're in a really good place in terms of like structures you're playing within. There's a lot of support around you. There's a lot of or at least look for that. Look for the right containers for what you're doing around career and finances. Like if you need any mentorship or counseling, it should be available to you if you look. But I feel like for the majority of you, it's like you're very much so already in some like really distinguished containers, which sometimes actually gives you more freedom when you know where your parameters are. It allows you to be free to really work to your full capacity because you sort of know the parameters, and it's like it helps you to sort of ascend because of that. So it's like coming into, just like a wisdom of what your parameters are in terms of what you're reaching for or how you're bringing income in. And it's like, you're ascending. You're on the right track. Yeah, you're mastering something. Really complex stuff too. I really think you're coming into your purpose. You're really holding complexity masterfully, deep understanding about something. And for those of you that are on like a little bit more of a spiritual trajectory in terms of career, like you're really coming into your status. either health or mysticism or arts or something like, yeah, there's something really kind of congealing masterfully in these areas for you. Okay, let's get an animal card. Ooh, well, Panther wants to come out. Ooh, I love this. I do feel the way the way that I'm feeling about Panther in this circumstance and what we've already seen is like you have already faced certain fears. You've already faced some shadows in terms of what you've been reaching for in the world, mastering, or how you've connected to your financial situation. It's like you have faced your fears, your demons, your shadows, and you have annihilated them. And now you're just like ascending and really mastering. You've incorporated any shadows you've needed to at this moment. And it's like, yeah, you're really coming into a deep wholeness around things. Yeah, in this kind of career and finance area. Good for you guys. Okay, pile 3, let's look at you guys, the clear crystal quartz. And you guys have 9 of Swords. Interesting. And this card is very interesting for a 9 of Swords. There are no swords here. It just feels like a wise sage with like esoteric knowledge kind of being memorialized. You know, the moon association is definitely there. Yeah, it's like there's some wisdom. There may be some things you're reviewing right now that you're starting to get those ahas that are bringing in like new wisdom because of some lived experience. Oh, beautiful. Interesting. You guys may actually be taking like a little bit of a break from career in some ways, or something's like rebooting here. And I think it's like you're doing a lot of reviewing of the past, of what you've been through, some lived experience in this realm of career and finance, and there's something you're like getting some major ahas in, some major inspiration, and you're very protected, I'd have to say, as well right now. And like a really fresh new start is coming in. And the more you kind of review and look back upon what you've been through here, the more you'll like really step into and own some sort of sage experiential wisdom that you've gained, and start this new, whatever new is coming through here, starting it with like a real alignment to soul, a real alignment to also to foundations, just as these 2 under earth creatures fell out. You got 2 animals, the whale and the worm. So the worm is like fertilizing what's underfoot. So something is like, you know, and in this deck in particular, it talks about the worm being like a beginner. But in the way I'm feeling it here is like, yeah, it's like creating new fertility in your grounds, in the grounds of what you're aiming for, what you're trying to do. Like new fertility is coming through, and a depth of wisdom, like really profound depth coming through here, of like really knowing, setting out in a new way in this area, and really feeling profound experiential wisdom underfoot, and fertility and connection with your soul of what to go forward with, and this new path starting to unfold, and just this like deep trust in a protection too coming through for you guys. Beautiful. Just have to kind of squish those in. Okay, we are going to move now down to the lower row. And so these 3 cards, 3 piles are going to be about love, a message about love in your life. So ask your higher self to connect to the pile that has the right message about love currently in your life for you. Pile 1 has the clear crystal quartz. Pile 2, the Rocky Mountain agate. Pile 3, we've got snakeskin agate. Okay, if you need more time with this, feel free to pause here, and we're going to jump into pile 1. King of Cups, gorgeous. Like you're really coming into just like a sureness, a strength in love. If you are with someone, just look for any way that you can bring a certain kind of solidity and ability to hold the emotional realm with compassion, but also structure and authority to kind of really stabilize anything in relationships right now. And if you're single, you may just be feeling really strong with where you're at right now, whether or not you're looking for love. Like I think it's just like you feel strong in self-love and the way you express love in any other relationships in your life. I feel like you're very strong. And so if you are looking for love and you're single, I think it's, you know, you have some strength in you right now to go out there. And I would just say, don't be overly domineering, but be in your confidence and in your sureness and in your integrity of asking for what you really desire and want. Let's see what the dice have to say. Sun in Gemini in the first. You know, I do get that sense, like even though this is about love in your life, I'm just feeling a deep sense of like self-love coming through here. I think it's just like how you're feeling in your own centering and your own presence is like really strong and sure of holding love and able to, with that Gemini here, kind of balance that with multiple people you love, not necessarily love relationships, but we can love all sorts of people and have all sorts of relationships. And I think you're just like balancing it all very well. If you are single, you may be playing the field right now, and it's like, yeah, just have fun. If that's what you want to do, own that. Like, don't, I heard a reading just recently, even though it didn't totally connect for me, the one thing that was said, but it I don't know, something about the words were interesting to me of like, for some of you, you may be at a time of life when a lot of friends around you are really settling down and getting married. And so a lot of times we have what's called mimetic desire, where the things that we are desiring are influenced a lot by what's around us. And sometimes you have to step back and be like, do I want that though? Or do I want it because that's sort of what I see and what everyone else is desiring? And I think here it's like, give yourself permission if you don't want what everyone else around you seems to want. And just, I think you're already in that sureness of like, not necessarily needing to go in traditional ways here, but like there's something about just having fun, playing the field. If you're in a monogamous relationship or already married, it's like still just be free to go, like be playful and do things you want to do. Be a little, honestly, it's like be a little selfish right now, whichever place you're in. Guinevere, true love. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. So yeah, I mean, you're really strong in this love thing, and just like do it how you want to do it, and don't be shy about expressing the love you are feeling. It is very strong for you guys. Yeah, and I mean, this indicates for many of you it may be a singular love, but if not, whatever it is, it's just like express that love, be in it, whatever that form it needs to take for you. Really beautiful. Okay, next we are going to pile 2 with the Rocky Mountain Agate. Let's see what you guys have. 3 of Pentacles. So that's kind of an interesting one. The thing that's coming up here seems to maybe be a thread that we might see throughout. We'll see with the third one though. That thing of mimetic desire, like you need to kind of step back and look at what you're desiring in terms of love and how much of that is being influenced by what you're seeing around you and what other people are doing. How are you being influenced in terms of what you want in love, or how you're expressing love, or what you're expecting in love? I think, let's roll the dice here. Ooh. Mars, Pisces, 2nd house. Yeah, I mean, this Mars here again, it's like, I do think you need to kind of step back from certain influences around you and really examine for yourself, like, what brings you pleasure? What do you actually want? Try to see through your heart and through what makes you like want to touch and be affectionate. And you know, I think there's a really distinct way that you are connecting to love right now, and it needs to not be influenced by others. It needs to be raw and pure and really from the heart, and really bold, and really connected to just what feels good to you. Yeah, so I think that there's some chatter around you or influences around you that you may need to kind of shut down right now in order to like really come into alignment and own and feel clear about that. Yeah, Spider. Oh, why did I give you guys an animal card? Maybe you needed an extra message. Let's get a goddess as well. So Spider coming out here. Yeah, there's some entanglements going on. I think you're being a little there is some complexity around you right now. Let's see if a goddess can give some insight. Your household situation is improving either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. So is there something that you're needing to kind of revamp in terms of where you live that has some connection to your love life? Are you living somewhere with a spouse that you don't like where you're living, or are you living somewhere where there's not a great dating pool? Or is there some distance between you and someone you might be dating that's difficult? There's something that you can add some drive to, some assertion, take action on to kind of improve that dynamic, which will help you to connect to your authenticity and help certain outside influences from kind of complicating things here, is what I'm feeling like. I hope that makes sense. Okay, pile 3, snakeskin agate. Let's look at love for you guys. 10 of Wands. Interesting. You're holding a lot. You're holding a lot of responsibility in love right now, or maybe you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself to find love. Let's see what the dice want to say about that, because in this particular deck, the 10 of Wands indicates that you have the strength to hold whatever is heavy right now, and that it is connected to your purpose in a way. And just like encouragement, like a pep talk, like you have the strength. Your purpose is big and you have the strength to hold it, and this connecting to something about love for you guys. Yeah, Capricorn, Moon, and the 4th house. Interesting. This is kind of a thread. There's a lot of weight on love right now in all of these. Yeah, it's like you're needing to really, I don't know if you're being stretched right now between really being tender with love and creating space and time and foundations to create sort of like foundations of love in your life and nurturance for love in your life, and other aspects of your life pulling at you that are making it hard for you to hold love at the same time as you're trying to hold these other very big things in your life. Let's see what the goddesses say, because I don't quite know. Mother Earth, you are called upon to help with environmentalism. Well, I do read Mother Earth as leaning into that 4th house and Moon aspect of like, it is heavy right now, maybe to hold love with all the things in your life, but you have the strength to do it, and there's something important about doing so, about really giving some nurturing and tenderness to the foundations of love in your life. And if you're single, it might be about like, you know, making sure you give time to the foundations of your heart and really nurturing your own heart and finding the stability and strength to ask for what you do want in love, and to really build that from the ground level up in yourself first. And it could even be that this is something you're taking as seriously as like your greatest aspiration in life right now for some of you. For some, it's like you're balancing career and love, and for some, it's like love is something you're working really, really like taking very seriously and trying to master. And it's like you need to start down, like redo something down in the foundations of your heart here. Really nourish and listen to and nurture and connect to intuition and trust intuition, and yeah, just come into a much more tender place through a lot of digging and working on heart and love. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, this last grouping here, we are going to look at what kind of spiritual or general life growth is happening for you right now. Okay, ask your higher self to look over these 3 piles and connect to the one that has your message. So pile 1 has the Rocky Mountain agate. Pile 2, the clear crystal quartz. And pile 3, the snakeskin agate. If you need to pause here, you can do that. And we are going to jump into pile 1 with the Rocky Mountain agate. Queen of Wands, beautiful. So you're really coming into like growing into your confidence, your vibrancy. You're growing in general. You're really stepping into taking up more space, into radiating more, into expressing yourself very creatively. Generally, your vibrancy is growing right now. Gorgeous. Woo. Let's see what else we get here. So third house, Neptune in Scorpio. So it's like really coming into empowerment in the way you kind of connect, communicate, think, express yourself in very kind of magical, artistic, mystical ways. Gorgeous. Okay, let's get a goddess for you guys. It's pretty straightforward though. Blossoming. Arakura, you are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process and do not give up. So currently you may feel yourself as like this smallest person on this card, but just like a flower kind of as it blossoms kind of grows out, you're on that trajectory. So like have patience with it. You are kind of growing into your magnetism, into your vibrancy. So just stick with it. I think you feel it. You're already opening your heart up. And yeah, just stick with it. Do what you're doing. Continue on that path. And it's leading to just like a lot more, yeah, vibrancy, especially in how you kind of express and communicate and think. Okay, next we have pile 2 with the clear crystal quartz. Let's see what's going on for you guys. Judgment. Interesting. And this is sort of on a, sort of like a chess board. It's a chess piece on some kind of game board. So we've got strategy here. I am feeling like, you're coming into a lot more sureness about calling the shots for your own life, like being the master of your own destiny, making decisions for yourself, seeing what you want and going for it. That's what I'm feeling here. Like starting to understand life in like a bigger way and in a more mature way about like looking into the future and really strategizing of like, you know, this is where I want to be in 10 years, and then like working backward and through that, like giving you sort of the sure-footedness to kind of make decisions and make moves and create strategies, sort of thing. First house, Pisces, or Neptune and Leo. We've had so much Neptune come through in general. Yeah, I mean, like you're owning your heart and you're seeing the complexity of life. You're seeing the, you're holding a lot of space for complexity, for life to be magical, to be big, to, yeah, and it's like you're just centering in a new quality of confidence within you is like really starting to establish itself, and your heart, you know, leading through your heart as well, and that helping you to just, yeah, ask for what you want, go for what you want, make moves towards what you want. Just a lot more sureness. And then we've got the arts, express yourself through creative activities. So whatever you see, you know, like the way you're growing, I definitely see you being able to see into your future. And so like, look 10 years ahead, where do you see yourself? And especially how that relates to maybe how you express yourself or some sort of artistic presence, and work backwards from there. It's like you've got some power you're stepping into, and like confidence, even more so than power. It's like confidence that you're stepping into to grab your life with both hands and, you know, be assertive with it. Go for the things you want. Okay, moving to pile 3 and the snakeskin agate, our last little pile. Knight of Pentacles, beautiful. Let's take a closer look at this card. yeah, it's just like really coming into a much more, I get the sense that with the night energy coming through, like maybe you've been through different iterations of having, you know, growing through being connected to that night type energy of being like impetuous and assertive and passionate, and sometimes that's burned you. And I think you're like coming into a more mature night that understands like slow and steady wins the race, and sure-footedness, and really knowing the value of taking care of the things you've sort of won in battle and that you've conquered. It's like understanding that it's not just about winning the next thing and the next thing and then the next thing, but like winning one thing and really assessing then what to do with that and how to steward the things that you've won and conquered, and taking care of that before you go on to conquer the next thing or go into battle around the next thing. It's like you really value it. You're not just in it for the game anymore. You're like, oh, I actually like acquire things or learn things, and I need to slow down with that and really care about that and integrate that before going on to the next thing. And so it's like coming into this phase of not just spinning wheels and going just to go and fighting just to fight and moving just to move, but like knowing how to do that in a way that sort of builds your life and molds your life and allows you to kind of steward things and care for things and grow things. Okay, let's see what the dice have to say. So much Cancer too. We've had a lot of Mars, a lot of Neptune, and then a lot of 4th house Cancer moon stuff coming in. Yeah, like assertively understanding that you need to nurture and nourish things. It's like a new sort of depth of maturity coming in for you, that it's not just about Mars, which I very much so would say has like night energy. It's not just about asserting and fighting and winning and conquering the next thing, but it's like each time you do sort of have a win, how can you integrate that and nurture that and really make something of that before you move on to the next thing? Okay, let's see what goddess you've got. Yemenia, golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. That's gorgeous. And I think that the doors that start to open for you currently or going forward are kind of like a new types of opportunities, new types of doors, because it's matching the way you've integrated really caring for the things that are, you know, hard won and fought for, and like really starting to nurture what you win. And so the types of doors that are opening are reflecting that, and they're more mature doors. They're more, you're now have a title not only as a knight but also as a steward. And so some of the doors that are going to start opening to you are opening to that aspect of you that's now kind of developing in you as that steward of things. So beautiful. I hope this resonated for people and was interesting. Let me know in the comments if you would rather not sit through seeing a whole reading in this way, where you kind of have to sit through some piles that aren't yours, or if you found that kind of interesting and gave a little bit more meaning or depth in some ways to yours. Very curious if you guys connect to this style of reading or not. This was fun for me to do, but yeah. All right, if this did resonate though, you can tell me by a thumbs up or a kind and thoughtful comment in the comment section. If you didn't like it, you just can leave it be and not give a thumbs up or a comment. That says all that I need to have said about you not liking it. You don't have to, you know, get mean in the comments. Just don't like it or comment, and I'll know if I have a lack of those that it wasn't a hit. So anyway, this is where I'm going to leave you guys. So yeah, look forward to seeing how this hits. All right, see you guys.